guys, so we're back on the 77 GMC. Today we're gonna fix the Squarebody curse, as I like to call it. It's these Chevrolet and GMC hoods. Their hoods are so flat right here that they have these crumple zones right here where that's all divoted in, and they break because they have one. It's right here across here. This line continues all the way out to the outside, and so if you pull down straight on this hood, you can see it bending back there. You can probably see it a little better from the side. See how it's cracked right there, and it just flexes because there's no structure to it. And a lot of what guys do is they forget to grease these hinges, and then they just reach up here and grab with one hand and yank down on it, and it breaks this hood right here at the front of the hinges because they got this divot. You can't really see it underneath there, but we'll take a closer look at it. They tried to fix it on this side. Somebody did. They didn't do a very good job. They just kind of threw some scrap metal at it, barely tack welded it in there. But I already fixed this side. I didn't video it because it wasn't too big of a project, but we didn't fix the other side because I thought it would be good, but I guess it's not. So we're gonna have to go ahead and repeat the process of this side onto that side, and try and get this hood to close a little straighter, because right now when you close it, this side is pretty close to straight, and this side is pushed up all the way to the back. So we're going to try to fix that today. Okay, we got the hood off. We got it over here on our little makeshift workbench, so you can see this a little better. This piece isn't even welded in there, as you can see, so it's not doing us much good, but it's cracked all the way across that, and that's originally divoted like that. It follows the same divot. There's another one underneath here. Alright, I got a light. You can see that's already cracked right there. So yeah, we're gonna get a cutoff wheel, and we'll get this old metal taken off of here. Alright guys, well, that was a little bit more of a pain than I wanted it to be, but we got that out. We ended up cutting down the center of it because I couldn't get to these side spot welds down here because they were up underneath, so I couldn't get to them. So then my dad pointed out that I could just cut down that thing and just take it off in 2 pieces. But Now you can see that gigantic crack where it's completely split, and then this front one's just barely on the edge there. But yeah, we got a couple little spot weld holes that came out that we got to fix. Caught it with the cutoff wheel a couple times, so now we just start the fixing process. Alright guys, we got it all cleaned up. Got a couple little holes where their spot welds were, but we got it pretty much cleaned up. Might grind that a little bit more just to kind of get a good weld on it. I clamped this little square tube to the bottom of it to hold it straight, not completely straight, but kind of take it back to its original shape so that it's not bent when we weld it. That way we don't just weld it bent and then it's bent forever. So, but we got this big piece of 1/4 inch diamond plate. I cut this down to a 2-inch strap. It was off one of my derby cars. But yeah, so I think we're just gonna match that side, and let me take you over there to show you. So what we did was we just took that strap, came a little bit past this one, welded it on, and just stitch welded it down the side, and then I fully welded in this, kind of melted through there, but welded across that split, then down have this little part that comes down next to the hinge to kind of add rigidity to this, because it's cracked mainly right there at the end of the hinge. Yeah, so we're pretty much just going to match that on this side. Cut a piece the exact same as that side. We'll clean this up a little bit more and then start welding it in. Like I told you guys, I do a lot of stuff with cutoff wheels and sawzall blades. Sawzalls don't really work very good on this 1/4 inch stuff, but yeah, for the most part, it's mainly just cutoff wheels. It takes too long to set that plasma cutter up, or else I'd be using it for the small stuff. It just takes too long to set it up. Okay, now we gotta make a notch in this. Oh, where's my marker? There it is. Alright. So 2 inches this direction, 1.25 this direction. Alright, so I got this marked out. I'm going to go ahead and cut this notch out of it. gotta look on our hinge and see how far from this hole we need to do it, because that's what I did on the other side. I just marked it on the hood where that hinge is going to sit, because it's going to want to sit in here. And then but that's kind of where it's going to sit. I think we're going to take a piece of this small rebar and put it down kind of in here like that, to give us something to weld to, and kind of fill that gap with it a little bit, and kind of try to fix that before we lay this plate on top of it. Maybe we'll try to fix this one before we get in there too. Alright guys, so we got her welded on. Kind of filled that crack a little bit, got it stitch welded. That gap right there is too big, but that's about how I did it on that side. I stretched it to there and then welded to here. I got that piece of rebar in there, welded that in there. So I tried to spot weld right there, but it was too thick of a gap, so couldn't get in there. Tried to fix that little cut that I made when I was cutting that weld. Got it most of the way, but still got a little split in it. Fixed that one. I get that cleaned up a little bit with that flat disc, and we should be ready for paint. I'm just going to rattle can it black just to keep it from rusting out. Even though the whole truck's got rust, we do what we can. Got to put it back on. See if we actually did any good. Alright guys, we got it up in there. I had to trim the hinge bracket back a little bit. I guess we put this angle or this diamond plate a little too far forward, so we just took a little bit of that hinge off to let it sit down in there. But we'll see what happens. So I did straighten this bump out right there, but it's still lifted up back here.
Could be the hinge. Needing lowered. Let's take them 3 bolts out and see if we can't tilt the back of that down.
See. I don't know why that's sticking up like that. Straighten the head out though. Yeah. Seems like it strengthened it up. The hinges are junk.
Yeah, the hinges are.
But the hood doesn't bend anymore.
Yep.
So I guess we fixed that part, but I don't know why that hood's still sticking up.
If you have any clues, let us know.
Yeah.
Mention it in the comments.
But yeah guys, that's it for this one. Got it stiffened up. Just can't figure out why that is lifted up like that, but